How good can Tennessee be in 2024? Vegas has them at over under 9.5 wins. But with Nico Iamaleava entering into the fold in Knoxville, like this is the dude now, if you're a Tennessee fan, the minute he committed, you were saying, all right, Heisman Trophy, national championship, just wait till Nico takes the field. There's a lot of hype around Nico, a lot of hype around Tennessee this year. And honestly, I think a lot of it is warranted. If Nico Iamaleava translates to who Tennessee fans think he could be, to who we think he could be here at On 3, he was the number one player for us in the class of 2023, good things are going to happen in Knoxville. And I think the path to them reaching their potential really is, the foundation for that is in the first 4 games. The first 4 games, I believe, are crucial. You got Chattanooga, NC State in Charlotte, so it's a pseudo home game if you're NC State. You play Kent State. This is a big one here. At Oklahoma. Place will be rocking. I believe it's Oklahoma's first SEC game. The storylines are massive with Josh Heupel's return to Norman. Those things are all going to be swirling around that game. Those first 4 games, again, I think are huge in the sense that those are massive for getting Nico Iamaleava comfortable. Because as talented as he is, and he's talented. We went out to Knoxville and saw them in a spring practice. Got to watch the whole 2 hours. Dude has a cannon, freakish athlete, ball pops out of his hand. All those things are true. But it's still going to be his first time being the guy in the start of a college football season. His first time playing against SEC competition. Like, there's going to be, I think, a little bit of an acclimation period. It's fair to expect that. So during these first 4 games, yes, you try and get Nico comfortable. Yes, you try and get him confident. But I really need the defense, if I'm a Tennessee fan, to get dialed in. Got to get dialed in. James Pierce, there's a thought that you could be the best defensive player in the SEC, if not all of college football, depending on who you ask. Need to see that in the first 4 games. Need to be able to have Nico's back in the first 4 games so he doesn't feel like he's got to go out there, sling it, take chances, try to press the ball down the field if he doesn't have to. Let's just let the game come to him. Defense get some stops for those first 4 games and allow him to get confident, allow him to get comfortable. Those 2 things go hand in hand. The reason why that's important in those first 4 games is that's going to set the table and the trajectory for how you feel about the rest of your schedule. Like, let's just be real here. You view Arkansas and that game against Florida very, very differently sitting at 4-0 than you would at 2-2. Okay, like let's call a spade a spade. Also, for Nico, if he's able to be confident and be comfortable and you feel good as a staff giving him more on his plate, the offense can start to evolve. You can start to give him more runway, more opportunity to kind of make this offense more of his own and tailor it more and more to his skill set and expand on that and keep defenses off balance. So Nico is the most obvious, the most important hinge point for Tennessee football success in 2024. Now, with that being said, there's some other variables that we have to account for when we look at how Nico is going to play in 2024. Okay, there's a couple of different variables. I think the first is the offensive line, because there's some question marks there. Not that you don't have good pieces, not that they can't or won't be good, but I think you do have to protect him, give him time, because if Nico isn't able to go through his progressions, doesn't matter how far you can throw it. Doesn't matter the way that the ball pops out of his hand. He's going to have to make rush decisions, and he won't be able to achieve his potential. Other part of this, the supporting cast for Nico has to be able to be better than they were last year. Like, I don't mean to be harsh, but like that's true. Joe Milton caught a lot of flack last year. He did. Some of that is he came into the season with sky-high expectations. Yours truly was a part of that. Some of that is because he was following in the footsteps of Hendon Hooker. Some of that is because of the bowl game he had. But at the end of the day, like I think Joe Milton and what he didn't do for Tennessee in 2024, some of it's his fault. There's no way around that. But also, he didn't have a ton of extra help when it came to guys catching passes for him. Like Squirrel White was his go-to guy, and outside of that, if you took away Squirrel White, was there anybody that really made you nervous last year if you're playing Tennessee? Anybody that really made you circle during the scouting report and say, hey, we got to make sure we take away this dude? It was 10, and then when Brew McCoy went down, I don't know who else you were really that concerned about. The system in itself, I think, is going to allow them to compensate a little bit for that offensive line because they're going to go quickly. Defenses are going to be gashed. They're going to be off balance. They're going to be on their heels with how quickly they go. But it's also, I think, going to play to the skill set of their wide receivers. Because when you go quickly and how much they spread defenses out, that creates a lot of one-on-one coverages. A lot of man-to-man and a lot of situations where, hey, the safety's not going to be able to get all the way over the top. So at the end of the day here, Dante Thornton, win. Chris Brazzell, win. Go win your one-on-one matchup. And if you do that, you're going to get the football. You're going to score a lot of points. So if I'm a Tennessee fan, in summary here, there's confidence around the defense. You feel good about Nico if you can support him accordingly. My thought process with how good can they really be if I'm a Tennessee fan is let's find a way to get to 10. So that means you can't drop any other game outside of Bama and outside of Georgia. And I understand if you're a Tennessee fan, you don't expect to drop any. More power to you. But if you can get to 10-2 and maybe, just maybe, if enough chaos happens, you can find the right version of 9-3, maybe you get into the dance. But that's my thought here. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.